So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm actually almost 40. I'm a wife and a mom. I have two 11-year-old twins, a boy shooter and a girl sawyer. I recently decided to go back to school, well, about 8 years ago after my divorce. And basically, I just started from the bottom. I had had some previous classes from about four different junior colleges. I wasn't just sure what I wanted to do. But it didn't add up to too much for this communication degree. So I just basically started with my associates, my bachelor's, and then went on to my master's. And I did all this while continuing to work and raise my kiddos.
Well, that sounds amazing. So where would you like to be in your career in 5 years from now?
In my career in 5 years, I really hope to see myself working at a school. I really like that setting. I like the littler kids, and I enjoy the summers off. But I would like to actually do some PRN for a hospital setting during those summers because I'd like to keep up with my medical knowledge just in case I ever decided to switch back and go to medical full time.
Okay. So my next question is, have you ever been on a team where someone was not pulling their own weight, and how did you handle it?
I have been on a team where someone's not pulling their weight. We had a lot of little projects we had to do in grad school, and they would just partner you with people that, you didn't even know. So there was an issue one time with the person who wasn't able to participate as much. And, I just asked them, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? What's going on? I've noticed that you're not really putting in any effort. And everything actually was okay. Just they were getting behind. But I just understand that life goes on and we all have issues that come up. And so this didn't become a habitual problem. It was a one-time thing. Had it been something that was continuous, then we would have had to, look at further, maybe like going to the supervisor, but definitely tried to handle this as internal as possible.
Okay. If you were, this one's going to be this one's a little strange, but bear with me.
Okay.
If you were at a business lunch and you ordered a rare steak and they brought it to you well done, what would you do?
Okay, that is a very odd question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. But I do like my steaks rare, so I definitely would have to just politely ask the waiter or waitress, that there must have been some oversight, that I did actually order it rare. I wouldn't make a big, huge deal with it in front of them just because I've been in the, that industry on the other side and, mistakes happen. But I definitely would stand my ground and say something instead of just eating the steak. I think when you're in a professional business meeting, it would be, I think that that'd be nice for them to see me stand up for myself and just let them know, hey, I can speak up when I need to. So.
Okay. So what salary are you looking for?
Well, I did some research over the salary and, here in New Mexico, it just appears that they make about $75,000 a year. I did see that it does pay more for the more experienced SLPs, but being my CF, I definitely know that there's something we can negotiate because I, don't know what is going to be included in that salary. There's insurance, there's retirement, all those sorts of things. So, vacation, all different things. So I really don't have like a set number and answer.
Okay, fair enough. Along the lines of salary, what is your salary history?
I really don't have a salary history just because I've had, just part-time jobs. I've been in grad school for so long and I just wasn't able to really work full time to have like a set salary. So I just really don't have much of a history there to talk about.
Fair enough. So how do you want to improve yourself in the next year?
I'm always trying to improve myself in a more positive light every day, no matter what the situation I'm in. I aim to be more organized and try to delegate my time in a more family-oriented manner. Just being in school for so long, I put it first in everything. And so I'm kind of excited to improve my skills at work and most of all, my mom skills.
Okay. So what kind of goals would you have in mind if you got this job?
I would set goals for organizing myself and just trying to keep my work at work and delegate time at my house with my family. I feel by setting some strict goals or guidelines that, of this will help a person keep from getting burned out in early on in your career. I think that there just needs to be some boundaries set. So.
Okay. How would you go about establishing your credibility quickly with a team?
Well, I'm not really sure how to calculate the pace of establishing the credibility. I just do what I do and show up and prove myself. You know, I'm one to take care of business. I work hard. And that's one thing I'm proud of is I even try harder. I'm always punctual and dependable. I don't see it taking a long time to earn a team's trust, but it's, you know, it's on them. So I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, how long would it take for you to make a significant contribution?
Well, actually, I think I will make it. I mean, I'll make a contribution right away. As far as significant, I would say it really depends on how much my team defines significance, to be honest.
Fair. Yep. Let me ask you, what are you most proud of?
You know, not trying to sound obnoxious, I'm most proud of myself. I felt like I was at one of the lowest points going through my divorce, and I stepped up and just went to school and worked, you know, being a single mom, just trying to get over what was happening and just took care of my kids. And the only way to do that was to continue my education. At one point, I had 3 jobs and taking classes, you know, at night. So I'm really most proud of myself that I finally finished and succeeded, because I do know that one day my kids will be proud of me when they get older and they understand like what it's all about. So I am really most proud. I'm most proud of myself, and I'm almost most proud of my kids, of course.
Okay. Well, on the other hand, what is your biggest regret and why?
I think my biggest regret, I'd have to say, is just not securing something early on and having my financial independence. You know, going to several different colleges, but not having a specific degree. You know, I really felt like I needed that foundation to have that something just that I could always fall back on. And so that's kind of my biggest regret, is just not being financial independent for myself.
Okay.
But I regret it, and it will not happen again.
Sounds good. So my last 2 questions are kind of brain teaser questions. Now, so the first one is, I want you to tell me 10 ways to use a pencil other than writing.
Okay, well, I've actually used an earring for, or an eraser part of a pencil for a back of my earring, so that comes in handy. You can use it to scratch yourself. I've done that. Kind of push for something if it's out of reach and you just quite can't get there. I've actually used it to put my hair up. You know, when it's hanging down, you can actually kind of put it up into like a bun. You can actually curl your hair with it. You can use it as like a splint if you need to in a bind, because you can like make it straight. You could break it into 2 parts and you could share it with a friend. Clean mud or gum off your shoes. I've actually done that. You could use it as a drum, or like my child, he uses it as like a little chew toy. So there's a lot of uses for a pencil.
Wow, I don't think I could have named 10. Good job. So since you know so much about pencils, I want you to try to sell me this pencil.
Well, obviously I just said all the amazing things. So just listen to, you just heard me say all that stuff about a pencil can do. And so now you have to have one of these. They're absolutely amazing. I never leave home without it. You got to go out and get one.
Oh, that's okay. I'll buy one. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.